All right, good evening. This is just going to be a really short video tonight. But anyway, my name is Tiffany. I am the Everyday Monet, and I'm glad to have you here. We're going to work on two quick little signs today. One is a 6x6, and the other one will be a wooden tag. So I've already got a lot of the paint on for the first one, so I'm going to talk real quick. I've got a few things to go over super fast. Excuse me. First of all, we're going to do a 6x6 sign. Like I said, we are going to be using some essential stencils. Now, if you've not used them before, they're phenomenal. You can go over to essentialstencil.com or you can hit them up on Facebook. Either way, customer service is top notch. Tonight we're going to be using this little 6-pack. Here we go. Let me put it up here. This is what we're using tonight, and we're going to be using this one here, the Farm Fresh Christmas trees, and the December 25th. Those are the two we'll be using tonight. Now, Essential Stencils, they are a small business. They are phenomenal. I'm going to show you how sturdy their stencils are. So when you hold them up, look at that. I mean, they barely bend. Where most stencils would kind of flop over. They are a super thick mylar. They're reusable. I've used, this is the second season on most of my stencils. Second year on most of my stencils. They're phenomenal, guys. You can't be beat. Also, these stencil brushes. Now, these are the ones I use the most. As you can tell, I have abused them. These are about a year old now. So they come in a set of 4 when you buy them from Essential Stencils, and they are like $14.95-ish for a set of 4 brushes. They're phenomenal. They are natural bristles. They clean really well. They just do a phenomenal job. I can't say enough about how good these brushes are. I know the stencils right now, the 6-pack that I showed you, they are sold out, but they'll come back real quick. They're always restocking. So you can go on there, essentialstencils.com, and check those out as well. If you want to save 10%, you can, in the coupon code, you can use my personal code. It's Monet, capital M-O-N-E-T. The entire word is capitalized when you use the coupon code. Again, use Monet, M-O-N-E-T, for your coupon code. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and start putting the coat on this one as well while we're chit-chatting. But I'll go ahead and lean you down here so you can see what we're doing. There we go. I'm going to wipe off some of this white off my brush. All right. There we go. I'm going to put this bright green on here, the Christmas green, on this to start with. Now, I do have the fan going to kind of help me dry these real quick, so I'm sorry if that noise is kind of getting you a little bit. Let me go ahead and turn it off real quick. There we go. All right, so I got that turned off. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put just a real light coat of this Christmas green over this. Now, Essential Stencil does sell these tags as well. This one my husband made for me because I didn't want the hole in it as big as what Essential Stencil had on there for a particular project. So, you know, usually I just buy theirs. To be honest with you, it's just easy. It's quick. They deliver. I usually have my stuff within the week. So, you know, I don't mind paying for them because they're, like I said, customer service is top notch. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? Glad you're here. Have you started any of your Christmas decorating yet? As far as your crafting and finding your decorations? I know some people have already started actually decorating their house. I'm a Christmas fan, but even I don't decorate that early. All right, so while this one dries, I'm going to scoot it on over, and we're going to go ahead and work on this one. Now, this one, it's kind of hard to see because you're on white, but for this one, we are going to use the Farm Fresh Christmas tree stencil. So I'm going to just lay it down on here. Now, this one fits perfectly, so I don't have to do anything with it. Now, a lot of times I'll go ahead and tape it down, but this time I'm not going to. but I am going to start at the top. When you do the stenciling, if you haven't done it before, hi Annette, how are you? Glad you're here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my brush nice and muddy here. It's about halfway up. Now I'm going to squish it down in here. It almost feels like I'm abusing my brush. I always tell y'all that because, you know, I'm squishing my bristles all out. Now you do want to go ahead and offload, which is getting some of the excess paint off so that it doesn't slide up underneath these grooves, okay? You don't want to have that happen. This will help keep your stenciling. It'll keep it nice and fresh. Now, and the lines will be super crisp as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this right here just so I don't get a little crazy when I'm doing my swirls and get the black on the Christmas trees. I don't want that. If I did get it there, it's not that big of a tragedy because I am going to go ahead and go back over the trees a different color, and it'll be, you know, dark enough that it wouldn't be an issue. Now, I will go back over this a second coat, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and hold this down and slide right down here. I apologize. You're going to hear my puppy outside yelling to come in. Now I'm going to get the Christmas first. Okay, and again, same thing. I'm just going to swirl lightly. I apologize. I put them out. So we have 11-week-old puppies, 2 Pyrenees puppies that, thank you, Everly, want to do nothing at all but wrestle as soon as I, you know, try to sit down and watch TV or read or paint, whatever it is. That's when they want to wrestle. So I put them outside to play for a little bit, and my pups decide they need to end. They need to see what I'm doing. All right, so now I'm going to switch over. It's the larger brush, but I'm going to go ahead and switch over and do the green trees. And I'm going to use, let's see, this one is the Hauser Medium on the trees instead of the Christmas green. All right, and again, I'm going to work it up in my bristles, and I'm going to offload a little bit because I don't want my lines to get messy. I'm going to go for the big one first. And because of the trees, you know, if they're not all the exact same shade, you know, some areas may have a little bit more, some a little bit less. I'm not going to worry about that. Give it more of a natural look. And that's okay. What I will do with this, more than likely, after it dries, I'll probably go and distress it just a little bit, give it a little bit more character. And with that, I'll either use a super thin chain and kind of ding it up, but I've also found a meat tenderizer kind of does a good job on these as well. All right, let me get up here. Now scoot over here just a little bit. I'm also a fan of the Dremel or just a piece of sandpaper. You can go in and distress it a little bit, however you want it. There's no fast and furious rule to it. It's personal preference. All right, so I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to go back over the black one more time, just so that it's nice and bright. There we go. Hope y'all are having a good night. This is my old time. I used to be on here at this time of night on Tuesdays, and then COVID struck and I was gone for a month. So I'm trying to finish getting all my energy back and get back in the groove of just life in general. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna peel this up, but first I think I'm gonna add another green. Maybe, I think I'll get a little bit of this green and make it just a tad bit darker. So I'm going to take just a little bit of this right here and put it in the black that I have here because I want to stay in the same color family. So I'm going to put this right here, darken this up just a tad, and then I'll add a few highlights or, yeah, lowlights, whatever. A few shadows on these trees over here. We're going to do that, call it a shadow. All right, let's see, how dark is that? Let me add a little bit more green. I don't want a drastic difference, but I do want a marked difference here. Let's see. Okay, I think that'll work. So I'm going to take most of it off and just go through just, you know, a few spots, maybe just here and there. Yeah, just a little. And the beauty of this is if I don't like it, I'll paint over it. Yeah, a little bit more off of there. Okay. So let me know in the comments if you're familiar with a central stencil. I am going to go ahead and get some of this darker greeny black and put in the trunk of the tree. Now, put this right there. All right, then I'm going to go right back over this just to kind of blend it in some. There we go. Because I don't want, you know, just, oh, look, there's the dark right there kind of thing. I want to blend it in just a tad. There we go. I'm going to go a little bit more down here. Now these stencils, the 6x6 also are perfect. If you go to the dollar store and get one of their little frames, you don't, you know, have to like the color of it. Go home, add a little spray paint to it. These 6x6, they fit in there perfectly. Perfectly. How are you, ladies? Let's see. Anna Marie, how are you today? Glad to see you here. Okay, now I'm going to pull this off and we'll check it out and see what we think about that one. Now, I will, like I said, I'm going to distress it a little bit when it's done. But because this is just a little wooden sign, I can add just a little hanger on the back. I could drill some holes in there, however I want to do it. And then I'll have just a quick something to put in a 3-tiered tray. I can just hang it up on the mantle. However I want to do it, be really easy to do. Now, I am going to let this dry a little bit, and I'll probably put just a little bit of glitter on the tips of these, but see, it's very small, so I want it to dry a little bit, and then I'll go back in and put it on. That'll make, I apologize. Melly. All right, so there's that one. Let's go ahead and start on the little, oh my goodness. They have been quiet until I started, guys. All right, so for this one, we're going to do the December 25th. One moment. Girls, outside. Come on, outside. Let's go. Again, I apologize. They are 11 weeks old, full of life. All right, so this one, it doesn't fit perfectly on here, if you'll see. You're either going to cut off part of the 25th or, or the December. So I'm going to add just a little bit of help to it. I am going to set this right here. I think I'll do it overlapping just a little bit. I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll try it. And again, if I don't like it, I'll paint over it. But I am going to do this one in a white. So I'm going to, clean this brush off a little bit. Wipe some of that off of there. I don't want to get it wet because I really need this brush dry when I do this. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to get my brush in that white, really squish it up in there. And then let me go ahead and offload, because I don't want this to bleed up underneath there. That's the last thing I want. All right. So I'm going to set this right here, just like this. And again, I'm just going to do a really light swirl. Okay. There we go. I'm going to turn this fan on it for just a second, just for time's sake. Let me see if I can. Here we go. I'll just pick it up like this. Anyway. So while we're waiting, hi Chris, how are you? Yep, got to make sure I'm offloading. Got to offload. Let me just tell you real quick while this is drying, October 14th at Deli Planet, we're going to have the Snowman Showdown. I will have 2 snowman options for the sleds. Okay. I will also have the big latte cup as well. It's a door hanger. It's a very large door hanger. So we'll have both of those available, or all 3 of those available. They are $30 a piece as long as you register before the 7th. After the 7th, they go back up to the regular price of $35. Also, for a fun night out, October 21st at 6 p.m., we are going to be painting on 16 by 20 canvas a Thanksgiving scene. It's well, not really a Thanksgiving, a fall theme painting. It's got the white pumpkins in it. It's beautiful. Something you could keep out all winter, actually. And that'll be out at 6 p.m. at a Horseshoe Bend. When you purchase your tickets for Horseshoe Bend, you'll also be getting their wine and some finger foods. All right, so this should be dry enough right there. And that shows me that it is not dark enough right here. So I'm going to go back over it again. All right, so I have... Right now, there are 15 parties on the books between now and Christmas. So there's got to be a class for you out there somewhere. One of those will fit your schedule and your budget. Okay. I also have a few spots left, not many. I think I have like 4 or 5 seats or openings left for private parties or corporate parties. So, you know, they're booking up fast. The stencils we are using again tonight are from the Essential Stencil Company. So you can go to essentialstencil.com or Facebook and go to Essential Stencil. And while you're on there, if you find something you need, like these wonderful sets of brushes that there's 4 to a set, natural bristles. The set of 4 is $14. I believe it's $14.95. And then the signs that I'm using tonight. They are a 6-pack. Let me show you that. And these are the ones we're using tonight, okay? Like I said, they're sold out right now, and we're doing this one and this one tonight. They are sold out right now, but they restock frequently, so it won't be long. Just hold on, and it'll be back. All right, now I'm going to take this off so that can dry real quick, and we're going to put the 25 over the top of it. But I think we're going to do that in the red for just a little different, little something extra, okay? All right, let this dry just a little second more. And I apologize. Dogs are going crazy tonight. Okay. All right, that should be dry enough. So now we're going to get this, I'm going to just kind of wipe this back off, make sure there's nothing on there that's going to get on my stencil here. And we're going to put this right over the top. Okay. Yeah. We're going to go right here. And, well, I don't know. Well, we're going to try it. And if we don't like it, I can always go back over it. Okay. I've never done this one before, so we're going to trial and error right here together. All right. So I'm wiping off my brush a little bit. We're going to go in, and this is a Tuscan Red from Americana Deco Art line. In my personal opinion, they are the best for craft painting. All right, so that's still a little pink because I had white on there. So let me squish this in here a little bit more, cover up some of that white, offload again, and here we go. All right, we're gonna start down here so that all of that white has a few more minutes to dry. Here we go. Again, I apologize, my puppies. There we go. But they were louder when they were inside, so we had to move them outside. Okay. We're gonna go right over that. I'm hoping it doesn't turn it pink because I'm too impatient to let the white paint dry. So we're gonna go over it and see. And like I said, if I don't like it, I'll paint right over the top of it. Okay. So if you go to Essential Stencil and you find something on there you want, when you get done and you get ready to go to the coupon code, use my personal code to save 10%. It is my affiliate code. It is capital, in all caps, MONET, and that'll get you 10% off. And that helps with my little unsweet tea habit and my Chick-fil-A habit, let's be honest. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this over here just a second so it can dry. Now, I can pull this off, however, it's on that green, and I wanna make sure that it's, you know, nice and dry before, because once I take this off, it's gonna be very difficult to, let me pull you back up here. It's gonna be very difficult to match it back up. And I'm afraid that that green's going to be a little overpowering, so I want to make sure that I get it nice and thick on there and that it looks good. So I'm just going to take a peek. Let's see. I think maybe just one more little coat of it, but I want to go ahead and make sure it's dry. Otherwise, I run the risk of when I start stenciling over it again to get it darker, it may start picking up that paint, and I don't want that to happen. All right. That should be just about dry enough for me to do a second layer on there. So let's do that real quick. All right. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, this is fine. If you would do me the honor of, I can't say the word, otherwise Facebook will shut me down, but if you will pass this video along, we can say it that way, and they don't shut me down for it, and they don't, you know, ghost me. But if you can sprinkle this, pass it along to your friends and family. Please not your Aunt Ethel that's going to be mad and send me nasty grams. Why did you put me on this? Someone that you think would enjoy it and, you know, find some benefit or value from it. All right, so here we go. Y'all ready? Awesome. Okay, so now I have a little tag that can go into a 3-tiered tray. If I punch a hole in it here with a drill, then I can go in and I can add add this to a door hanger, a porch cleaner. It can be a Christmas tag, whatever you want to make it. The options are endless. Now, if you want to have a lot of fun and get some bang for your buck, turn it over and do the other side as well. Do something different, and that way you're getting 2 for the price of 1. All right, so let's look over here real quick. So here's our first sign, Farm Fresh Christmas trees. All right, now I think, see, this one has a sign on the back, here for the booze. Yeah, but I think I want to, you know, ruffle this up just a little bit. So I'm going to take, let me offload a little bit more, and then I'm going to dry brush just a little bit, just to kind of rough it up, just some, nothing. I don't want it to, you know, but I am going to go down this side over here, kind of get some of that on there. And I would probably use, for this one, I wouldn't probably use the twine. I would probably use something like that, little bit thicker than floral wire. One moment, I've got to get some paint over here. A little bit thicker than the floral wire. I can't think of the name of it, but anyway. It looks like galvanized wire, for lack of a better word. All right, so I'm going to add just a little bit of holograph and earplugs for everybody else. Little holograph paint to the tips of this. Now, it looks white on here, and it'll kind of be milky looking on this when it first comes up. But I want you to see how beautiful it turns out. Melly, that's enough. All right, so I'm going to go down through here. Just add, and I don't want it all over, but just a few spots on this Christmas tree, just so when the light hits it, one moment. Oh, for heaven's sake. Nelly, come in. Girl, I'm gonna super glue your doggy lips together. All right. Again, apologize, it's just real life happening. All right, so I'm gonna go down through here, and I don't think I need to do all the branches, but some of them I think it would be nice to just have just a little glitter on them. And like I said, you won't see it unless the light hits it. So let me just finish this last one and you'll be able to see. I can turn it so that you can see it. but this adds so much to it. You can also use a little bit of snow text on here, and that'll give a three-dimensional snow effect on here. The snow text is amazing, so I always like to use that when I can. All right, so I'm going to hold this up here. Hopefully you'll be able to see the shimmer of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see the shimmer on there, but yeah, right through here, you can see where the light is hitting it. But it, you know, if I turn it a little bit, you don't see it at all. So it's not gonna be real gaudy and over the top. Hi, Helen, how are you? Glad you're here tonight. It won't be over the top and crazy looking, but it does add just a little special something, pardon me. So for this, again, I would probably drill little holes in it, put a little galvanized wire in here. You could even put this, you know, make a little frame for it out of wooden, but this is just, it's real thin. It's the 1/4 inch birch. It's really, you know, pretty inexpensive. And this is from a scrap from when we were cutting out door hangers. So this is, you know, it didn't cost me anything for this. But I used the Essential Stencil 6-pack right here. That again you can get at Essential Stencil. You can go essentialstencils.com, or you can go on their Facebook page. To save 10% in all caps, use the code MONET, Monet, and you'll save 10% off. You can also get the brushes. There you go. If you want more information about where you can find the Deco Art paints for discounted prices, let me know. I'll be glad to talk to you about that as well. So here's one project we did. The other one's just this quick little tag that will go into a 3-tier tray, or I might even drill a hole, put it on a wreath. You just don't know. Anyway, again, last thing, October 14th at 6:30, we'll be having the Snowman Showdown on the sleds. So there'll be 2 sled options. Both of them will be snowmen. One is the Happy Snowman. He's got a big top hat on. He's gorgeous. Or the smaller snowman that's got the cardinals and the birch trees behind him. As well as the snowman, you can also do the fall door hanger. It's a huge, I don't have it right here with me, otherwise I'd show you. A huge, one of the biggest door hangers I've ever done. It's a big latte cup with a little pumpkin on there. You can flip it over on the other side and paint it something different. And either way, it's something awesome. All 3 of those projects, if you register before October 7th, you can do any one of them for $30. And that will be at Deli Planet at 6:30 on October 14th. And then again, out at Horseshoe Bend Winery, we'll be there October 21st at 6 p.m. doing the Thankful 16 by 20. That'll come with some wine and some finger foods. Go on out there, meet Miss Linda, Gabby, and Scott. Great people, lots of fun to be out there, and lots of laughs too. That is one of the bigger crowds. We do lots of door prizes, and we have a good time. So I'd like to see all of you out there. Again, thank you for popping in tonight, and y'all have a blessed night.